We're live.
We are live.
Oh, no, I don't do that. We're doing it this way. There we go.
I like it like this.
I want the big rig.
You want the big version?
There's smaller.
We don't need wide angle. Let's go like this.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to our show.
Welcome to the show. What a show it should be.
Doing DRD, Humberto, Big Jizz Slinger, jizzing along. Al Daly, how you doing? I know he was in here early. Chris, I don't know how to say that. Chris S, how you doing?
Yeah, Chris S. Semich. Smesh. Semsh.
Yeah, you're the teacher. You should know.
I'm not good with names.
I ain't either. How's everybody doing today? I had 2 quick, easy jobs today. Luckily, both cars were at the same house, so it was easy. I did a 6-month update on the satin finish Mercedes E63S. Did the 6-month update where I put the Apex metal oxide coating on that car. It looked like I just did it yesterday. It's still what it looks like. Freaking thing's phenomenal still. It still beats like there's no tomorrow. It's nuts. It was great. Then I did his wife's car. She's got the X5 custom built BMW.
Whoa, those are big. I find those bigger than you think.
They're actually bringing that to me in 3 weeks, I think, and I just got that System X ceramic coating sent to me, so I'm gonna put that on her car and try it out. And then I got some.
Well, I've been MIA for a little bit. I'm waiting for this gimbal to arrive, man. I've been waiting and waiting, and then the place said it was going to be another month.
Whoa.
So I canceled that order and put a new one in, and I should receive it this week because I got to do my garage door. Needs resealing. My driveway needs sealing. I got a bunch of new stuff to show off, and I'm still waiting for my Viper chair, but it should be here, I don't know, maybe next week.
Wow.
So I'm
what's going on, Eric? How you doing? My dog? Eric, no, different Eric.
Eric.
My dog is right here under my little table that my computer's set up on. Harley, come here, girl. She's right here. Come here, baby. People want to see you. Come here. Come here. Oh, she's so heavy. There's my baby. My old English bulldog.
Nice to see her. All right, why don't we bring in our guest? What do you think, Mike?
Yeah. So our special guest today has got himself a successful shop. Actually, got himself 2 successful shops. He's got a successful YouTube channel. He's so successful. I know he's at least got the 100,000 subscriber plaque because I put it in the thumbnails. Y'all didn't see it. He's grown from a mobile person to having 2 shops and doing phenomenal work. So I want to introduce you from Chicago Auto Pros, Mr. Jason himself.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Jason. Thanks for being here, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Got to say, I've been a huge fan. I know a lot of our viewers are. I'm a pretend at-home YouTube hobbyist detailer, and I got to say I've learned a heck of a lot from watching videos from you over the years. I was saying to Mike before this, I've got you in that upper echelon, man. Congratulations. It's wonderful you'd spend the time with us. Welcome.
Hell yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's probably up there in the YouTube rankings of having people on the show.
We don't rank people.
Well, good for you.
He's number 1.
My top 3 favorite Canadian.
He's number 1. Well, this is great. We're going to get to know a little bit about you, a little bit about your story. We're going to ask you some deeply personal questions.
Oh.
So deep.
Oh, so personal. I'm kidding. We're not going to get.
You're going to put me on the spot.
No. But welcome. You're in Chicago, right? Obviously.
Yeah. I live about an hour south of Chicago, but the 2 shops are in the Chicago suburbs. So.
Yeah, that's one thing. I've been to Chicago a couple of times. I don't know where Chicago actually is because every time I go there, people are in these little like Orland Park and these little like where I am, it's all considered Calgary, but in Chicago, it's sort of like, what if you're not on that crazy mile shopping street, it's no longer
Right.
Chicago? What's the deal with that?
You just got a bunch of sub neighborhoods that like it's almost like like subdivisions. They call themselves something different. Each different part of the city is just called
San Francisco's like that. They have.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, San Francisco's like that also. Yeah.
Well, when I was in Chicago, all these little subdivisions all have mansions. Like you go from inner city Chicago to these like palatial 10-acre estates. So how big's your estate, Jason?
I'm not there yet.
Does that Tesla make it back and forth to work, or do you gotta charge it up when you get to work?
Yeah, it's about 70 miles, and it drives me pretty much the whole way, so I can get other shit done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta say, like, I love the Chicago car scene. I have some really good friends down there. I feel more connected to the Chicago car scene because I don't really hang around with the Calgary car scene. I don't know what that's about. I'm never invited, but there's a lot of sweet rides down there. Detailing community seems to be pretty robust. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there's lots of people, so there's lots of different opportunities for, the car scene is great. We do some car shows, and we always get anywhere from 100 to 400 people out at the shows.
Yeah.
So it's killer, and it's all kinds. Supercars and BMWs and JDM, and so there's all kinds of little clubs and cliques and everything.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I was invited to a car club Facebook page by Fred from Glovebox, and it's like you got hot rodders, and that's not particularly my scene, but I sure do appreciate like the diversity of the car community down there. Well, to me that's the entire United States. Up here in Canada, we do have a pretty good car scene, but kind of like the CFL football league compared to the NFL.
Yeah, you can only drive your cars like 6 months out of the year.
Then you got to take the snowshoes, right, for the other 6 months.
I don't even see snowfall where I'm at. I'm lucky.
Oh, I know.
Shut up, Mike.
Yeah,
I know.
You ain't got no water.
Begins next Wednesday, and it's supposed to be 90.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I'm not even lying. I'm a teacher. I took kids on a field trip on Wednesday, and it snowed for the first 2 hours in the morning. Now that's an hour to the west in the mountains. The snow didn't hit the city, but I'll post a video on Instagram at some point. But why don't we jump into this right now?
All
yeah,
right.
we got Jason the legend here. Jason, we're gonna start you off with a pretty easy question, okay? They're more like statements. They're half statements that you have to finish.
Okay.
So prior to going pro in the detailing world, I was.
Prior to going pro in the detailing world, I worked several different jobs. I was in a band for a long time, actually. I was in a band for 5 years in Atlanta, Georgia. I played the congas, the hand drums, and before I was detailing, I thought I was going to be a rock star. That really didn't pan out, so I'm just a detailer.
You kept the beard.
Don't give up on it though. Like now you've got the detailing fame, you could leverage that into some music fame. Don't give up on it.
Hell yeah. Someday.
Now I was like to play the congas. Oh, sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'll just say now I just play the congas in my garage when I get drunk by myself. So.
That's funny.
I was watching a Netflix documentary on Leonard Skinner, and I love Netflix for those documentaries. And
that's awesome.
I didn't know much about Leonard Skinner, but that's all based. I think it was out of Atlanta, Georgia. They had a shack.
Yep.
Yeah, they practiced in a little shack. Do you have a little shack down by the river that you go and bang the bongos on?
No, but it was funny. Gary Rosington, so he had a daughter, and she was a big fan of our band, and it was really cool because she came to a lot of our shows, and we actually got to go to a Leonard Skinner show with them quite a few years ago, 15 years ago now, and we got to go backstage with them and go to the show. We actually got a ride to the amphitheater with them. Really cool experience. Leonard Skinner was actually my first concert that I ever went to.
Well, that was the amazing thing. They played small venue gigs, and then I think the big one was when the Who did a tour. They opened for the Who. If you haven't seen that, you'll love it, Jason. You should check it out on Netflix.
Yeah, I will. Absolutely. I love watching stuff.
Pretty cool.
Here's number 2. So today, if I'm not working, you can find me.
If I'm not working, you can find me working, as my wife would say. I'm always working. I was working on the garage today. If I'm not working, I'm literally, I'm never not working. I worked on my garage for this whole weekend. I'm excited to have my garage done so I can make some videos at home. Exciting. If I'm not working, I'm fishing. I like fishing. I like driving.
Those are those are very cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fishing's fun. Driving's fun too.
Hang out with my kids and the family, and hang out with the neighbors, and do some drinking.
Drinking's fun.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. I felt like wine today. I had whiskey last
classy.
night. So.
I got a whole bunch of schoolwork to mark, so I got to stay sober. Maybe I don't. Yeah, no, I've noticed that, Mike. There's that question. We've asked quite a few successful people that question, and that's a very common answer. When I'm not at work, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you Americans work too hard, if I'm being
That's
quite
why
honest.
I don't want to be successful.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Like, I enjoy work, and I'm just kind of in that work mode, and I don't want to leave. Like, even going to vacation, it's like work is still on my mind. So I'd rather just keep working. I enjoy work. I enjoy what I do. It doesn't feel like work when I'm doing it. I really have fun doing it. I'm in a position, you know, where I've worked really hard to get to where I am, and I get to kind of choose what I want to do, whether I want to make a video or work on my garage or work on a Miata. It's kind of a really cool experience, or, you know, do something like that. So
that's another response I remember from a few people. We asked them to define success for them, and it's being able to use my time the way I want to use my time.
Oh, absolutely.
It sounds like you're in that sweet spot right now. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
You just said you love work, so this question fits really perfectly. The thing I love most about my job is.
There's a lot I love about being an entrepreneur, and it's changed over the years. I mean, I've always just enjoyed working and building something and trying to be successful, because I've always had this like passion and drive where I just want to better myself. I enjoy bettering myself and just coming in every day and trying to do a little bit better than the day before. Right now, I love the people involved with everything that I'm doing, whether it's training through Detail Wise or the staff at Chicago Auto Pros. I'm becoming a much better people person. I wasn't exactly, I would say like 5 or 10 years ago, I wasn't exactly a people person. I was more just driven on getting successful, and I wanted it so bad that I just kind of ignored everything else and just kind of, you know, did everything I could to get to where I am. And so I've kind of shifted a little bit just to concentrating on relationships and building those and finding more about people. And it's just been a lot more satisfying now, you know, that I'm concentrating on people now.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, we've been talking with you for 15 minutes, and I can see already that there's a lot to be learned from you when it comes to relationships. And I can't believe how well your responses are matching up with these questions we've got. We're going to move into number 4, which I think builds off everything you were just saying. If I could instantly gain expertise in something, it would be.
Ooh.
I like this question.
I love this question.
Me too.
Just like that, you're an expert. What would it be?
Just like that, and I'm an expert. Wow. Right now, I've been wiring the Miata that we've been working on for about a week. If I could like instantly become a wiring expert, I would really enjoy that, because it's been like a weird puzzle. I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, I don't even know where to start. So it'd be really cool to have a more mechanical performance experience. Yeah, I would love that.
Well, we got great news for you, because that's what we're going to do. All right. On the count of 3, Jason's going to be an expert on wiring vehicles.
And we're going to send Eric over there to fix everything.
Do you think Eric's good at wiring? I bet wiring's a pretty specialized area of automotive repair, is it not?
Yeah. See, Eric wants to know about that Miata. What made you choose the K-Series engine for the swap?
Ooh.
Well, that was a help with the guys. So when we got the Miata, we took it to the dyno just to figure out where we stand with it, and it had
I
like
remember
86 horsepower, and that was so we were deciding on whether we do a turbo for it or we do just a whole swap. And the thinking behind is if you put a turbo on the existing engine, if you want to do it right, anyways, the research that I was doing, you're going to spend about the same amount as actually doing a K swap, which we spent about $12,000 on the K swap. I know you can do a little turbo for a little bit cheaper, but to do it right and to upgrade everything else that you need with that, with the turbo, it would be about the same price. And then you're kind of topped out in that engine. There's not much more further that you can go with that. And I figured, we're giving this car away. And if we put in the K Miata motor, or the K motor, the K24 that we put in there, that at least somebody can go further if they wanted to. So we'll have about 220 horsepower, just the stock motor. And then if somebody wants to put a turbo on it or do anything else to it, and they can go further if they want. So
you're still able to do donuts in the shop before you did the swap, right?
And it was an automatic too.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
because you're taking the automatic out and putting the manual in there, right?
Yeah. So that it kind of escalated really quickly. We went into it, and one of the big reasons why we got this Miata, because I've always had this kind of passion or dream to be able to build a car from take everything off and rebuild it and put all everything, customize it. And instead of, I've never been taught or so I figured the best way to do it is just to get something and just go for it and make mistakes and learn while we go. And that was a huge reason why we got the car.
Nice. Are you swapping the sides of the driving side too? Are you going from one side to the other side for the steering?
It's a right hand. It's a right hand drive already, so it's from Japan. Okay. So it's already right hand drive, which is kind of cool and unique. But yeah, we didn't expect to like fully go out and we literally stripped everything down, repainted it, and did everything. So I mean, it's going to be a sweet car once it's done, and they're actually giving it away in about 15 days. And I don't know if it's actually going to be done when I actually give it away, but we're still going to give it away whether it's done or not.
Is the drawing still going on?
Yeah, it's still going on. Car Supplies Warehouse. You can buy, merch, and we have different packages put together, and then you can gain entries that way to win the Miata.
I'm just gonna put a plug in real quick in the description down below. I have one of the links where Chicago Auto Pros is. I have the links to a lot of stuff, but there's Car Supplies Warehouse link. It is an affiliate link. If you click on that, go buy some merch. I mean, you probably got a lot. I know you got a lot of money into it. And you went way beyond the budget.
Oh yeah. I think
the budget was like what, 15,000?
The budget was 15, and we're at 45 right now.
Okay, that's only triple. That's only triple.
Yeah.
That's
so
you got 5% or triple.
Yeah, so go buy some shit because we're pretty upside down on it.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah, but it's about the experience, and I'm so happy just to learn the stuff. I mean, I didn't know what bushings were, I didn't know what tie rods were, I didn't know what upper control arms. It's like, so I got to learn about all this stuff, and I just I feel like it's now that I can do another car and learn even more and kind of know what I'm talking about when I'm doing that second car. So it's well worth it.
Baptism by fire, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So after the stream, you all need to go click on that Car Supplies Warehouse link, go buy yourself some merch, and you might get yourself a $45,000 Miata.
Hell yeah.
Right-hand drive.
Right-hand drive. And it's going to be stick shift.
Yep.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but in the States, does a car need to be at least 25 years old before you can bring it in?
Yeah. So it's right at the edge. It's a 1996.
So in Canada, I don't know if you guys know this, it's only 15 years. You probably know that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've seen right-hand drive cars from Japan and all over the world for like probably 10 years now.
Nice.
But it just seems like that vintage is starting to open up for America now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. The last several years we've seen a lot of, GTRs come in and everything else. So it's fun to see everything coming in.
What are you pointing at?
My wife's looking at me and I'm like pointing up because up right above my room is my 13-year-old. And it sounds like he's playing WWE off his bed. So, and my wife was just at the door in the garage and I'm pointing up like, go tell him to quiet down.
Yeah, we need to get studios away from all this nonsense. All right, let's go back to this. We're going to stop talking about Miatas for now and tripling budgets. We're going to go back to these deep detailing questions.
I'm sorry, I got off the track.
All right. I'm interested because you're deep into this. So something I see happening in the world of detailing that I really like is
something I see in the detailing world. For me, I think this is for the last 10 years anyways, with Facebook and social media. I feel like it's a tight-knit industry. A lot of my best friends are in detailing. So I really like that, that we all get together and we all like know each other. We all talk to each other. We're all trying to lift each other up and make this industry a little more professional. And I think that's really cool, the way everybody gets together. SEMA's always fun to network with everybody and get together and hang out and do all that fun stuff. So I really like that we can do that in this industry and not think of ourselves as competing each other, or that we have some sort of secret that we don't want anybody else to know, where everybody's very open and wants to share what they're doing and what's, mistakes that they've made and things that they're seeing and just to help everybody else out. And it's really cool to see. And I really like that. I love that about the industry. I always have loved about that, about that industry. So
which can we do another plug? He also has, but you have a service also where you have a bunch of people that you communicate with. Is it weekly or monthly or something?
It's monthly, so we do a live Q&A with it's called Detail Wise Pro, and there's a lot of different benefits that you get with being a member. It's we share a lot of content that what we've done with Chicago Auto Pros, the mistakes that we've made, and then kind of how we run our business. We get into the particulars, whether it's standard operating procedures or systems that we've built, and we share that as much as possible in that group. And then we have live Q&As every month where me and my business partner will get on there and talk to, usually it's like 20 or 25 guys on there and just talk about what's going on in their businesses and try to answer any questions that we can.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, I have to say the camaraderie within detailing is probably the one reason I keep sticking with it as my number one hobby, because I love it. I get questions from people. I'm no expert, but I know a little bit. I know you have too, Mike. You've had direct messages through Instagram with professional detailers, and there is this real lift us up mentality versus you suck, I'm better than you. That you see in other parts of the automotive and other hobbies. So yeah. Okay, now this is the flip side to that though. So something I see happening. Hey, who did that, Mike? Get off.
Sorry.
What are you doing, Mike? I'm going to rip you down, Mike.
Hands up.
Something I see happening in the world of detailing that I don't really like is, and don't mention Mike or I. Don't make that your answer.
Don't mention our name. We already know that.
These wannabe YouTubers.
Okay, something that there's both of these lists could be probably pretty long. The things that I love seeing and the things that I don't like seeing in the industry.
We got time. Give us 2 or 3 if you want.
All right. I'll just start down the list. One of the things that I don't like is the unprofessionalism in when guys are. You got everybody kind of price cutting. Not everybody, but a lot of these younger guys are guys are just getting into it, or it's almost like there's 2 separate businesses, right? There's like detailing, and then there's like new car protection. You have, and it seems like they're 2 different things. It seems like the other side of detailers are kind of like a race to the bottom. They want to see how cheap they can do it. You can see you go to like Craigslist ads or these little ads and people are doing $50 details, and it's just, I think it's bad for the industry. And I just, I understand that everybody's a little different. This is not a full-time job for everybody. They can do this on the side. They're just looking to do a weekend thing, and they're able to charge $50, and they don't really care if they work all day and they're only making $50. But it just, the perspective of the customers when we talk to them versus what we do, it's a night and day difference. And and I don't think about that too much. And I understand that, our clientele is a little bit different. We're looking for that top 1%. They're looking at, for the best type of work, but it's still, it kind of overlaps sometimes. More so like with a lot of times in my neighborhood, like that they don't understand what detail, they're not the detailing customers. They don't really detail their cars. So it's hard for them to understand when I'm talking to them, because they see detailers in a different light, right? They see them as, janitors or car washers. They think about the $50 or $75 express services, and they don't really know the other side of, the high end world and the protection world and ceramic coatings and stuff like that.
Can I jump in on this? Because this is a very interesting perspective. I have friends who buy like a brand new, let's say, Cadillac Escalade, and they say to me, Rick, I got this new car. Can you ceramic coat it? And I'll be like, well, what? And they'll say the dealer wanted $2,500 to ceramic coat my vehicle. And I'm like, you get annoyed by these guys that are undercutting. What do you think of these? Like, I don't know what it's like in the Chicago area, but like some of these, and these aren't even ceramic coatings. We're just going to basically smear some 3M paste all over a car and take this guy for $2,500. Like, do you see that where people are overcharging and gouging?
Yeah, overcharging and under delivering, or just putting some sort of sealant or just selling some sort of warranty. It's not even about the product. They get this product, and I've seen it. I've had some inside perspective on some of the vendors and what they're selling to these dealerships, and they sell them a gallon of paint sealant, and they're selling it as a ceramic coating, and there's a warranty behind it usually, and it's just it's not about the product. It's they're selling the warranty pretty much, and people are thinking they're getting something that they're not.
All right, tell you what we're gonna do. I like yin and yang. We're gonna go back to number 5. Tell me another thing you really love. We don't want to end on a gripe. What's something else that you really like about what you see, what's happening in the detailing world, besides Mike and I?
Yeah. So what I really like is the fact that this is a legitimate way to make a living now. Like 10 years ago, you could make a living, but you couldn't. It wasn't as easy to make a living as it is now with like the ceramic coatings and the higher end services that you can offer. When I started out, it was $250. A $250 detail was like top of the line. Yeah. And now guys can charge $2,500 to do these ceramic coatings and add value to these to the customer's car. And it's really become a business where you can make money now. You can make a good living. And I didn't think that you could do that 10 years ago. I was in it just because I really loved doing it, and I didn't really think I was going to get rich off of it. That's why I don't think anybody comes into this industry thinking that they're going to get rich, but you can make a decent living now. And it's crazy that guys can make $80, $90, $100, $120 an hour without, going to school and doing all this stuff and having some sort of degree. So it's really cool that you can.
Well, the trade is really developed. I've got a neighbor who teaches at a technical college here in town called SAIT, and he teaches food prep. He's a professional chef now. He's turned teacher. And I keep telling him, like, when is SAIT going to offer a detailing course? Like, this is a legitimate trade now. Maybe it's different in other cities, but like, you go to learn, like Papa Smurf's a mechanic, you get training for that. I'd love to see it go even more professional, because let's be honest, detailing is a word that people throw around very willy-nilly. Right? Yeah, like absolutely. I get on my videos. I do this more for fun and a hobby. But if I say I spent 20 hours fixing up my friend Chris's car, and then I get a comment, the guy could have I could have done that in 30 minutes and charged $50. I'm like, you're right. There's a lack of standard in it. Would you agree? Yeah. Yeah,
that's another one. If you want to go back to the question, the thing about what I don't like in the industry is perspective from the customer point of view. they see these movies, it's wax on, wax off, and we've all had those customers where you start talking about fixing paint and how many hours it takes, and they think you're just gonna rub some wax on it and the scratches are going away. So this perspective of the customer is very tough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you got people with all kinds of different wacky expectations. Just a quick story. I had an emergency call from a friend who said his friend was trying to get some tar off his wife's new Audi Q3, and he used, he's just a normal guy, doesn't know anything about really car care. He took one of those green pads you would see in the kitchen. It's yellow and green. Oh yeah, he went to town, Mike, and he brought it over, and I was like, I should make a video out of this, and he was laughing. And when I just used, I think I used Meguiar's 105 205 with a wool pad, and I got it out, and they thought I was a magician, right? Like he's like, saved my marriage. And of course I'm pouring it on like, ooh, I don't know if this can, but he was blown away. He was blown away. He was willing to pay me anything I wanted. I said, this one's free. I'll get you on the next one. All right.
Heck yeah.
All right. Number 7. And this, you mentioned this, like, what is the difference in your mind between washing a car and detailing a car? Because I think sometimes people get it confused.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a pretty simple question. Washing the car is just removing the dirt and salt and anything on the car just by washing it, maintaining it. And detailing a car is going that extra step, getting stuff that doesn't come off with the car wash. You have your contaminants stuck to the paint, you have oxidation or scratches or swirls or whatnot. So it's that extra level.
Yeah.
The difference.
So what if I wash a car? What if I wash a car, clay bar it? No, if I clay bar it, I'm polishing it. What if I wash it, but then I use a spray sealant? Does that bump it up to detailing?
No. You're still just washing. Spray sealants are so easy to use. Fuck.
Yeah, they are. You can spray on while the car's still wet.
Yeah. Oh, and I should have said, I didn't finish the story. So then my friend, once he had seen what he'd done, like when it was wet, he thought he was, it's all fine. And then when it dried and he saw these marks, he went to our Canadian Tire, which is like your Harbor Freight or whatever. And he bought like that $9 new scratch stuff that apparently doesn't work, Mike. Who would have known? Who would have thought that scratch
stuff in the
filler
orange bottle?
Yep, that's the one. I just shook my head at this guy. But I didn't want to make him feel bad because I think before you know anything about anything, you don't know anything. And I didn't want to make him feel too bad, but I did laugh a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of the big reasons why I started the channel is because I just wanted to really show people what we do. And it's not just wax on, wax off type of stuff,
About 9 years ago, I had an Audi Q7 that the dealer took through their wash. And I was upset because I could see all the swirl marks. And I think I went to YouTube that night and I was like, how to fix scratches in paint. And I'm pretty sure. How long's your channel been around, Jason? How long have you guys been on YouTube?
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, there wasn't much back then. I think Larry was just a guy with like 3,000 subscribers. And wow, in the last decade, it's just incredible how much things have grown. Let's get a little personal here. A car from my past that I wish I had back is.
It's funny. I didn't come into the business as a car guy. Like really, I worked at a car wash and I had a few businesses like when I was in high school, and I knew that I wanted to work for myself. And when I started working at a car wash, I kind of fell in love with just detailing. I wasn't a car guy. I didn't know anything about cars. And so my first enthusiast car was actually my GTI that I had just a couple years ago and ended up blowing up the engine on that. I wish I could have that one back. I miss that one.
That's legit. Yeah. Someone doesn't have to be from your teens. I was about to change it. I was about to change it to this when you said you weren't really a car guy, but I don't think you want to answer that one. We'll get rid of that one.
Wow, there might be a few of those.
We'll do that one after. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9. The biggest challenge car people face keeping their cars pristine in Chicago is, and you would know this, you're the guy to answer this.
Winter. Winter sucks. And the road construction here is just nuts. So, I mean, there's always gravel and rocks getting spit up. And so there's a lot of chips and, you know, there's a lot of tar and everything else. So, yeah, Chicago is probably one of the most challenging places to own a vehicle and keep it clean.
And
we got everything.
Is that good for business, or do you think that sort of deters people from seeking out your services?
I guess you could go both ways, right? You know, like people like say, F it, you know, I'm in Chicago, I don't really care. But I think if you're a car enthusiast and you care about your car, it's regardless, you're going to take care of it, you know? So, I mean, even if you're in California or Florida where you might not see as extreme weather conditions, if you care about your car, you know? So I think it's a good thing.
What about you, Mike? Because you don't see winters. Like, do people tend to like love having their cars detailed there? Because up here, a lot of people would see it as a complete waste of money. If I'm being perfectly honest.
It depends. Like, they'll tend to take care of it. If they paid a lot right at the beginning, they got the coating on there. That they're going to pay to get that car washed, and about every 6 months, you know, put a sacrificial layer on top of that coating. They will pay for it. But there are some that will just come in, just polish my car, wash and wax it, or wash and polish it, give me a little protection, and I'll see you in 6 months. And I won't hear from them. Some people can get away with that, but they have no idea how to take care of the car. They'll come in, spend the $450, $500, $600 with me, and 3 weeks later they'll be driving through a car wash. Keeps me going. I like that part. But it's the smart people that know not to go through the car washes that keep their cars in pristine shape.
Yeah. Yeah, I struggle here because like people, like there's not a lot of car guys in my orbit, and they're like, I'm the guy they come to with the questions, and I'm like, there's not a lot of options as far as maintaining a clean car in the winter other than those tunnel washes. I tell them stay away from the ones with brushes, but I think even the chemicals they use in those things are pretty strong, and
Chemicals are strong.
Like, so I tell them, go 2 years, do what you want to do, and then come see me, and I'll put a polish back on it, right? But I'd be interested. We've got viewers from all over America, Canada, and the world. I'd love to know what are the different challenges people face. Because have you seen what they do in the roads in Scandinavia and Iceland? They put actual tar on their roads to keep them from falling apart. So there's guys with white cars that in a week have tar all up. Well, it just shows like, I don't know how.
That's tough.
That's
Yeah, that is one of the most challenging things to be able, because the work that we do, we figured out that it's hard to get our hourly rate for washing cars, right? So the ceramic coatings, the paint protection films, these bigger, higher end details, the profit margin and what we can charge, we can get a little more per hour than we can actually washing and maintaining a car. So we've kind of cut washing out of our service menu. And now we just have memberships. Like if you have coated your car or detailed your car with us previously, now you can be a member. So we don't really offer car washes anymore. And we hear that constantly. It's like, where can I wash my car? And after we spend so much time doing our services, they're like, well, how do I maintain it now? And most of the time our answer is like, okay, you're going to wash it yourself. And they're like, no. And then we're like, well,
you're screwed.
I don't really have a great answer for you, because I've seen some hand car washes too that'll destroy a car even worse than a tunnel car wash sometimes. So we actually do have something coming in Chicago. We just bought a building a couple months ago, and we're going to start construction. So it's going to be half warehouse for Car Supplies Warehouse, and then it's going to be half DIY detailing bays. So we're going to have 4 bays in there, climate controlled, that you could come in and rent by the hour or 90 minutes, half a day, whatever you need to. It's going to be an exterior car wash within a detailer mentality. So we're going to have a nice pressure washer. We won't have any brushes on the walls, but you come in there and you can wash your car or do whatever you want to it.
Wow. Will there be franchise opportunities for this, Jason?
Absolutely.
Because I tell you, that's what's missing up here. You either go to a wand wash with shitty soaps, or you don't wash your car, or you go through a tunnel wash. That is amazing. So what would the cost be for that? Like if I'm a guy who loves my Audi and I want to go wash it myself, what am I looking at?
So we've done the numbers, and it's going to look like, I think it's going to be around $35 to $40 an hour, and we'll have packages that go under that. So if you want to buy like a 10-hour package, you can do that. We're looking to have memberships. We are building. We're going to have a lofted area with a classroom style. Then we have private offices up there. We do want to make it like a kind of an exclusive membership type of deal, or have like nice coffee, nice drinks, and make it like a little bit of a hangout spot. It is going to have a retail space up front. So we have, I think, 700 to 800 square feet that is dedicated for retail space. And then we have 4,000 for warehouse, and then 4,000 for the actual DIY bays and everything. And when we're looking at, there's a little open spot that we have that we may do training. I'm gonna do some videos there. We may do a lift in there where if somebody wants to do vinyl work, they could rent that spot for 3 days. You know, in Chicago, it's the same thing. If you're mobile and you have a job in the winter, what are you gonna do? There's not much you can do. Most guys here, it's just seasonal. But if you have a ceramic coating customer and you want to come and rent the bay for 3 days, it might be $250 to rent the bay for 3 days, but you can add that to your, you know, what you're going to charge for your customer, and then you got a spot, climate controlled, and you got somewhere to do it.
And so do you bring your own? Would you bring your own chemicals, or would you guys have that? Like, how would that work?
So you can, but we're also going to have a cage where you can rent, like you can rent buffers. We'll have all the different buffers that you can rent. We'll have a carpet extractor. We'll have vacuums. We'll have all the detailing tools, steamers, and everything that you would want to use. And that would be a part of the hourly rate that you come in for, you know. So that'll all be available.
Wow.
I'm moving to Chicago. I don't care. You got bad road construction. We have bad road construction. Our winters are worse, and I have nowhere to wash my car like that except my own garage.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's not the roads. It's the taxes that people hate in Chicago.
No, I got double the taxes. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I just want to have you verify. We've got somebody in the comments section, Jason, and he's known for making things up. He's a bit of a shyster.
Ah, yes.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
this Fred Shamrochevich says he was at Chicago Auto Pros. Can you verify that, or is he just trying to name drop here?
I don't know. I didn't meet him. Did you say hi to me, Fred?
I don't know about that guy either.
He was there. He's one of our biggest supporters, Fred. He's
nice.
He's one of the big minds behind the glove box detail kits that we all love here.
He's always spamming my inbox on Instagram.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, I love how we get on these little sidetracks, which lead us to these really, like, that is amazing, man. Congratulations with that, for that idea. I can't wait to watch how that works out, because that
I can't wait till I can open a franchise like that out here in California.
Yeah. I'm excited to get it open. I hope it works.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
Well, this brings us to the last question, and then we'll take questions from the gallery. But number 10, this doesn't have to be detailing or car related, but a recent purchase that has left me highly satisfied. Now, before you answer, we've had answers in the past range from a Jaguar XFRS, I think it was, to iRobot carpet vacuum. So this isn't about, your 35-foot boat that you just bought. But like, what's something maybe two humble hobbyist detailers would be able to afford? What's a good thing you bought in the last year?
What have I bought? Anything I buy is like work related. I
Well,
don't buy anything for myself.
You got to have a good beard trimmer.
I
Do
don't
you?
actually.
You outsource the beard work?
Well, no, I do it myself, but I've had the same trimmer that I've had for like 10 years that, I cut my hair with and everything else. And it's actually a terrible trimmer. I should get a new one.
You got any good oils?
I do have some good oils. I may have some beard oils of my own that will be coming out at some point.
Coming up? Did you say coming out?
Coming out, yes. I'm working with Moist Collective. They have beard oils, and I'm going to do a special scent, my own beard scent. So they sent me a bunch of different scents, and I kind of mixed them together, went back and forth, and I'm like, yep, this smells good. That's
okay.
me.
Do you need any testers for that? If you need any testers for that, I know a guy.
I got you.
Mine's not as long as yours, but
I want to think about this. This is a recent purchase that I've left me highly satisfied is, I don't know, I'm hard to satisfy. So today, I have this new age flooring that I just put in my garage that is absolutely sick. I love the look of it. It's totally transformed the garage. So, the recent one is that, but I don't know.
yeah, we'll talk about that. Actually, so before we went live, you were telling Mike and I that you've been doing some enhancements to your garage.
Yeah.
So go ahead, tell viewers what did you lay down on the floor there?
I got new age flooring on the floor that I've been working the last 2 days, and it's been pretty hot here in Chicago the last couple of days, so I almost died.
So New Age is the cabinet company, right?
Yes, and they're making everything now. It's crazy. They got grills. I bought a sink for the garage. It's crazy. They got everything. There's more than just cabinets now, which is crazy. So the garage has just been. So I moved into my house 3 years ago, and like any other fucking man, the garage is my space, and I wanted to make it my detailing studio. So I started 3 years ago. The garage was not insulated, so I insulated the garage, and that took me the entire winter. And then I put a heater out there because we're from the Midwest, and I don't know why, but we just like to hang out in the garage for some reason. So we had to have a heater. I put the heater in, and then the next year, I actually started putting tin like on the ceiling and the walls. So my wife's family, they had a barn that actually blew down, and it's all this really old like corrugated tin, and it's all painted and rusted and really cool looking. I'm like, I want that, and my wife's was like, why do you want this? I'm like, I'm gonna put it in my garage. She didn't understand it. So I went and got all this tin, and I did the whole ceiling with it. And I did, a little bit of the wall. I did like 5 feet up on the wall. And then this year, I really wanted to get it finished. So I've been working really hard. So I put pine on the rest of the wall all the way up, and I stained it. Wow. And I got some really cool lighting on there. I got a bunch of beads racks and shelves for all the detailing products because I want to have a really cool background like you have, Mike, of all the different products, showcase all that stuff. And then I bought more cabinets, more new age cabinets, so I can store all the stuff. All my kids have their rollerblades and all their, there it is. They have all their toys and stuff that are just like kind of just everywhere, and I don't have spots for them. And then today I put the new age flooring in, so it's really cool. It's an LVT, it's a stone composite flooring, so it's like this click flooring that you put together. Really thick, really heavy. It's made for garages, so you can drive on it hopefully with no problems. I just put it in today. It was really easy to install. If it wasn't so hot, I probably could have got it done in one day, but I got most of it done yesterday and finished up this morning. Now I'm just moving everything back and organizing things, but really happy with the floor. I don't know the actual durability of it. I'm wondering, it's not waterproof. I think you can get it wet. That was the big challenge that I wanted to do. I'm like, do I want to wash in my garage? And I know, Rick, you've done some drainage in your garage.
I have pseudo drainage. Yeah, I have a catch basin. It's not tied in though.
That's what I was thinking about doing because I didn't know anything about it, and I was just going to cut the concrete myself and do some sort of basin like that. But I figured, like, how many cars am I actually going to wash in the garage, and it was actually stressing me out because I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'm like, okay, I can rent a concrete saw and I can cut. How big am I going to cut it? I was thinking about putting drains in there. Okay, I can put the drains in there, and how do I level them? Okay, what am I? And then I cut out a big thing, and I'm like, do I put a 5-gallon bucket in there, or do I put a pump in there? Do I pump it out the side of the garage? And I was just like, I was thinking about it way too much, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not going to do it because it's stressing me out. I'm not going to just do it all. I can wash outside.
Well, that's the best
So-
advice you've given all night. When things stress you out to that extent, you're
Yeah.
done.
Mhm.
Well, I'm on the website here. I don't know how to share screen. Mike's the technical wizard, but these are the luxury vinyl tiles. Does that sound familiar? And they are like stone composite flooring. So
Yep.
they look like they're like 24 by 12. Is that right? Or are they?
That sounds a little big.
Maybe they're. Well,
No, you're
they're
right.
not
Yeah,
square.
yeah,
They're
you're right.
rectangular.
Yep, they're rectangular. So yeah, they're 12 wide and 24 deep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
That's
on the
right.
website. They've got an old Camino sitting on them. That looks really good.
It
I
looks
gotta
really
say,
good.
I spend probably half an hour a day talking to people about garage floors and what works for them, and it is the most stressful decision a man will make. It's like I don't know, like I don't think men put as much time into thinking about who they want to make as their life partner compared to what they want to do with their garage floors. But if you mess it up, it's a real, it's a real letdown. So I kind of get it. But yeah, if you're not planning on doing lots of washing because you've got, your own professional detailing facility, that's a really good choice. But it sounds like from what you described, your place is going to have one of those like rustic Georgia shack by the river where Leonard Skinner could come and write some songs kind of vibe. Am I right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. You got a big
Small
TV,
plastic
nice
cars on the
speakers.
wall.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
I like
That'd be
that.
sweet.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Jason, but before you became into the shop, you were a mobile detailer, right?
Yeah.
So just because you're talking about low ballers and stuff, so I was trying to get the mindset of, so when you're a mobile detailer, you're set at, for me, I'm set at $50 an hour. That's what I'm happy with.
Right.
So if I wanted to go to a shop, because right now I just have my license and insurance, my home base permit, whatever. So I'm only insured for a certain amount because I only work out of a house.
Right.
So if you go to a shop, obviously the insurance has to go up because you have to insure more, but also you will have then double, like you'll have electricity, AC, and heat, and everything's over there. So you go from $50 an hour to you got to go up from there because now you're going to be into your own pocket. So how do you go up without killing yourself in the market of losing business?
Oh, good question.
Well, there's a lot of answers to this question.
Well, how did you do it? Because, you went from mobile detailing to a shop.
Right.
And now you're in 2 big-ass shops.
Yeah. Well, it was weird for me because I was mobile in Atlanta. And I did that for 4 years. And I didn't have a fixed location until actually I moved to Chicago.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was a different business. I didn't go from mobile to actually a fixed location. So I don't have any, anything to share with that. But I would say, I mean, there are so many advantages to having a fixed location that I don't think there's only so much you can do mobile. And I think you're so limited by driving back and forth. And maybe you have a guy working with you so you could do a little bit more, but you have to set up. You have to break everything down. You have to clean up everything, whether you have a water containment mat and all this stuff. You got to fill your water. There's so much other work that goes along with mobile detailing. And I think people think it's I don't think it is less expensive. I think it's more expensive to have mobile detailing than it is a fixed location. Obviously, you got other expenses. You got rent. You got some other bills that you have to pay. But you gain so much efficiency by being in a fixed location that I don't think it's a big jump at all. I really don't.
That was my fear because, it's like I'm in the garage. And it's nice. It works great. But I feel like sometimes people get the mindset of, well, he's working from home. I don't want to take my car to a guy out of the house. But
Yep.
they don't realize what I have going on here. That's their loss, whatever. But if I did have a fixed location, I just think it would be better for business. But then I think about the rent. I got to pay the electricity and the gas and all that now. So and then I got to dip into profits, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But then I'd have to raise prices for that to go. But I don't want to raise too high to where I lose work.
I think that you got to think about what your end game is. What are you trying to do? Because there's plenty of people that can work from themselves at their home, and you can build up a reputation. That doesn't matter. Do I think it's unprofessional to work from your house? I think there's customers that are going to see it that way. They'll think it's odd, but like if you have a good referral and you have a good reputation, it's not that weird in this industry, anyways. And I guess if you're thinking about if you should move from a home-based business doing detailing to a fixed location, it's what do you want out of this? Are you looking to build and grow and scale your business? Where do you want to go with it?
Yeah, see, I don't even know if I want to grow enough to where I have to hire somebody because I've gone through a couple kids before and they have all sucked, and I don't want to hire someone to fire someone. I'd rather just do everything myself. But at the same time, I would need help because I couldn't do it all by myself. So it's like
you can't do it all by yourself.
I know you can't. You can't do it all by yourself. But
it doesn't
I don't
work that way.
Yeah, I hear you.
So many great.
I want to do things, but I don't want to do things.
Yeah, there's
it's
so
like I have the
many
good talking
employees
to the
out there.
bad. I have one on each shoulder. They're talking to each other. They're talking right through my ears.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, Mike, I know. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's so many great employees out there. This is a question that I get a lot, and I see this on Facebook. So many, you get guys that, I can't have employees. Employees suck. Everybody sucks. Nobody wants to work. Nobody, wants to work hard enough. I think that's almost a cop out, of.
You have some great employees.
There's so many great employees out there that want to work hard, that want to work for somebody who appreciates them and has something that they can work towards. A lot of guys, just because they don't want to own their own business, still have aspirations to grow within a company and to better themselves. And you have to provide that with the company. And I think that's what we've done very well is build something where guys can move up. And it's we have a definition of success, and in our definition of success, it actually says we want to elevate the lives of our employees, and we want to be able to see them start their own business, whether we're helping or we're not. We want to get them to that point where they could go out on their own, whether it's with Chicago Auto Pros or not. But I think,
do you have fears in your good employees? So I'm going to lose them to them going on their own.
A little bit. I mean, yeah. It's the scariest part is when you have only one person in that position. So the scariest part when we had one paint protection film guy, that was if he left or won the lottery or whatever, that was our whole department. And those fears kind of disappear when you have several people in that position that can take over if somebody left. But yeah, that's always a little fear. We try to maintain our guys and do everything we can for them when they're here. Honestly, we haven't lost a whole lot of our good guys. We've just done everything we can to make sure that they're appreciated and that they have the opportunity to move up. And we have several guys right now in our area, that want to start their own thing, and we're helping them, and we're putting them on a plan so where they can go out and start their own business. We actually have, I won't say the city, but we have a gentleman that just moved across the country who's looking for a shop, and he's going to be in the Chicago Auto Pros family. We're actually going down there in a couple weeks to help him. He's got a few places that he's looking at, and we're going to decide which place to go for. But he's going to be in our system. He's worked for us for several years. He's had the desire to go out on his own. He has family in another part of the country, and now he has the opportunity to have his own shop. And we'll be there to help him market it. We'll be there to help him develop his systems, develop his people, and develop the business for him. So it's super exciting for him to be able to do that.
That's amazing. That reminds me of what Richard Rollins did with that Gas Monkey Garage series, where he found struggling shops. I know your friend's not struggling, but he's starting out. And they would go in and leverage all of their experience and help. I think he ended up buying a part of their company. But, going back to what you said at the very beginning about how earlier in your career you weren't so focused on like relationships with the people, but you can see now by just what you're saying that you really have hit that upper level when it comes to caring about people. I know it's apparent to everyone who's watching. So that's awesome, man.
I think I'm trying to make up for how shitty I was to people.
Oh,
I
aren't
really
we all?
do.
Aren't we all though, really? Like you look back at how you like in middle school, don't go back that far. You're more than making up for it, man. You've got that entrepreneurial spirit too. Like, and that's the greatest thing. When Mike asked me to team up with him on these live streams, I was kind of like, nah, Mike, nah. But Mike, I gotta say, these people that you keep booking, they're really inspiring, right?
Yes, they are.
Like the detailing aside, just their mentalities and their attitudes. It's inspiring.
So let me ask you, Jason. So I would say out of your 10 employees, I'm just gonna guess, out of 10 employees, how do you work the 10 employees so they don't get tired of the same thing every day? How do you work that?
Well, when somebody comes into work for Chicago, everybody kind of starts in the prep bay. We don't hire a lot of guys that had experience. So a lot of the guys that come in are younger. We look for attitudes. We look for car enthusiasm. We look for people who smile a lot, driven people, passionate people that want to learn and move up into the company. So we do have plans for each guy that comes in. Where do you want to be? So when we hire them, we talk to them. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be in 60, 90, 3 months, whatever it is? Do you see yourself? Do you want to learn window tinting? Do you want to learn PPF? Do you want to learn detailing? And we're constantly moving them up. And our pay scale is actually set up the same way. Is to the more that you learn, the more value you bring the company, and the more valuable you are. So the more that you're going to earn. So every department has whatever. It starts off as an assistant or trainee or whatever it is, and then you move into all the way up to a master, so we have these different levels that you can work into. So we're always encouraging guys to learn new skills, learn new things. And when you get to that top, and some guys they plateau. They don't want to go any further. They just want to keep on doing paint correction. We always have opportunities, whether it's training people or moving into the film departments or vinyl, whatever it is. We sit down with a lot of the guys. We have 50 employees now, so it's hard to sit down with all of them. But every once in a while, we get to sit down with the guys. Where are you at? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? And we try to inspire and motivate, and as much as we can, we try to share as much. We're actually, in a couple of weeks, we're taking all 50 of our guys to a Cubs game. So they're gonna we shut down the shop for a day, and we take this opportunity for a couple hours in the morning and kind of do a state of Chicago Auto Pros. Where are we at? What are we doing? The new things that we're trying to do. We'll talk about the training and stuff that we did for the last few weeks, and share with the guys what we learned out on the road. And then we'll kind of talk as a team, and we go out and enjoy a baseball game together and get to know each other and just have fun with each other and create that company culture that we have. So we're always trying to inspire. We're always trying to grow people. It's one of our missions now here. It's one of our definitions of success is to grow the people in our company. So there's lots of things that we do with the guys and try to motivate them to do this.
Well, man, like, do you look to others for inspiration? Because like I don't know who else who are you learning from? Because I'm learning so much from you.
I learned stuff from everybody. I mean, it's crazy. Just the last 3 weeks that we went to all these different cities and just talking to guys and listening to them talk about what they want and what inspires them and what they're looking for. I think that's one of my favorite things is to just listen to other guys and what they're doing. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I look up to in this industry. Nick Whitaker with Detail Peoria, Cougar, Lux Auto Spa. There's a lot of guys that I look up to. A lot of the YouTubers that I go to. Matt Moorman, all the detailing YouTubers. I think it's really. I love the cinematography and the video making part of it. That's what I've been into the last few years.
I can tell you're not a guy who just grabs a camera. You like the art of filming in it. That's what I really appreciate. I appreciate all of your videos for lots of reasons, but I could see that you're a movie maker up here.
Yeah. So that's what inspires me a lot. That's kind of the guys that I look up to right now is a lot of the YouTubers. Phil Miranda. I love, how he comes across on camera and how he talks to the camera and
I
really
do too.
plays you into it. He's a really good dude. He's a really good dude. And
yes, he is.
So I look at all that and I try to learn and try to better myself with doing all that stuff. Yeah.
So you went from Atlanta to Chicago. What made you go? So you're a mobile detail in the Atlanta area. You move on to Chicago. What made you go to one location instead of being a mobile guy there?
In Atlanta?
No. So you were in Atlanta as a mobile detailer, right?
Right.
Then moved to Chicago. When you went to Chicago, you went straight to a shop.
I did.
Okay.
Winter.
So
I did.
When you made the move
Chicago
from Georgia to
cold.
Illinois, why did you not stay a mobile person?
Oh, Mike, you just don't know what winter is. It's so obvious. You've looked it up in the dictionary, but you've never lived a winter, have you?
Hey, listen. At my age, which I'm not quite as old as you, I've still yet to see snowfall. I'm just used to living on the coast.
Yeah.
Stay there. You do not survive anywhere else.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So is it not like that in Atlanta? The winters?
It gets cold in Atlanta, but you can still work all year round. There's only a few days that it gets really cold that you'd actually have to take off. And this is a full-time gig for me. It's not like I was doing this on the side, so I had to do it all year round. So mobile just wasn't an option.
So when you went to Chicago and you got your shop, is it the shop that we see on your channel now?
No, it's been a long journey. So I moved to Chicago in 2008, and I had a shop. I say shop lightly because it was an underground parking garage. So in the city of Chicago, Millennium Park is the largest underground parking garage system in the world. And I thought that would be the best place for a detail shop down there with all these cars that are parked there all day long. Because in Atlanta, I was contracted to 5 different buildings where there's 1,000 cars in each parking lot. And I literally set up there in the morning and I detail cars all day there. So I was like, I want to find where the cars are parked. So that's what I did. It was a struggle. It was a struggle down there in the parking garage because nobody could find you down there. So I did that. I actually ended up, my lease was actually terminated because they wanted me to join a union. The parking garage was unionized, and the union was giving them crap for me not being a part of the union. It literally came down. I think I had 3 employees, and the union representatives came down and talked to me about the union. They were talking to my guys, and I'm like, this doesn't, I can't afford to be in a union. If you know anything about that, they have health insurance that you got to pay into, and they have certain minimums that you have to give your guys. And I was like, and ended up getting my lease terminated out of there because I wasn't going to be in a union. I actually did go mobile that summer just to find work, and ended up hooking up with a body shop who was looking to build their own detail shop. So I detailed there for about a year, helped him build his shop, and being the entrepreneur and somebody who wants to work for myself, I wanted something on my own. And I was actually looking to buy a car wash. And at the time I had 0 money. So I don't know, I was looking at car washes and looking at these properties, and ended up calling this car wash that was for sale just because I wanted to know about it. So I scheduled an appointment to go look at this car wash and pretend like I was going to buy it, and walked around with the two owners for about 45 minutes, and they showed me around and everything. And about, at the very end, I remember being at the end of the tunnel with them, and I'm like, this is a beautiful car wash, but I'm going to tell you guys that I can't buy a car wash, but ended up going back and forth with them, and they said, well, maybe we don't have to sell it. Maybe you want to run it for us. I'm like, that would be awesome. So I ended up running the car wash, and we built a whole detail center for them. And I did that for probably about a year and a half. It was actually connected to a dealership. So we did all the dealership cars, and dealership guys, and I'll keep that at that. And ended up, I thought I was going to stay there for a while. I was one of those, I enjoyed doing it. They gave me the freedom to do whatever I wanted with that car wash and build the detailing facility. And this was before ceramic coatings came out. So this was still probably 12 years ago, and just getting into that stuff. And that's where I ended up meeting my business partner, Greg. He came in selling car wash chemicals. And he came in. I remember the first day he came in, because we sat and talked in our office for like 2 hours. I was there, and he came in, and it was a busy day. And I remember asking, he's like, you got something better to do? I'm like, nope. I'm like, this is cool. I want to talk to you more about detailing. And we hit it off, and he ended up having another car wash that had an open spot. They had 2 bays for detailing. And he's like, hey, I got this guy who's looking to rent these 2 bays in his car wash. Are you interested? And I'm like, yeah, I'm very interested. But at the time I had 2 kids, and I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't have any extra money to start a business. So I was like, I asked my family, and they didn't come through. So I was like, I wanted a partner too. I wanted somebody to work with, and Greg was somebody that I could see that I definitely wanted to work with. So I just ended up asking him. I'm like, hey, you want to partner on this thing? And that's how it all started. And we started in that 2-bay shop, and it just growed everything to where we are now.
Nice.
That is such an awesome story, man. This definitely, we got to start a Netflix series called Detail. Like, I honestly, it's people like, I watched Netflix documentaries about really boring stuff that's interesting, but detailing would be amazing. You'd be the first episode, Jason.
So too. That would work.
I'm going to film it with my iPhone.
So about 12 years ago, then you got your first shop. You're going good. How long did it take you to start your second shop?
So we started the first shop in 2012, and it was about 3 years when we had the second shop. It was funny because we weren't looking to do a second shop. We were actually looking for a shop to move into, because our landlord was a little bit crazy, and we didn't know if he was going to end up kicking us out or not. So we wanted a backup plan. So we started looking on the north side of Chicago and found a shop that we really liked. And by the time we found a shop, we were pretty deep into it, and we mended up things with our landlord. And it was one of those things where, like, can we do 2 shops? There's 2 of us. Greg wasn't in the business full time then, and that's when he decided, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. And he was, he quit his job as a sales guy selling chemicals and went into it. And that's when the second shop started.
Nice. So that's cool. So you have one on opposite sides of town, one on the south side, one on the north side?
Yeah, it's not really south side. It's more like the west side and north side of the city. So yeah.
I drove through Chicago in 2008, and I took a wrong turn and ended up in some side that scared the shit out of me. What side was that?
Yeah, you probably don't either.
Yeah.
Like, I turned my music down. I was driving a brand new Cadillac. I was like, we gotta maybe pull a U-turn. Was that south side?
That's south.
Okay.
Yep.
So where did it come across to where it is now, to where now you have your online storefront? How did that come across?
Well, it was a lot of hard work getting the reputation. I spent a lot of time marketing, we ran into the YouTube thing, which was kind of a fluke where I started the YouTube channel because I wanted to make videos for training, the guys that came in. I wanted an easier way to train them. So the first video was actually an engine cleaning video that I did. And then I really liked doing that video. So I made another video with a Lotus that we did. And it kind of is like, okay, I want to show our customers kind of what we do. And I kind of, I didn't do anything with those two videos for a long time. They just kind of sat on our YouTube channel until they started getting some traction. I was like, holy crap, people are actually watching this stuff. And then I got into doing the YouTube videos, and that started growing. And we started realizing that, wow, there's a lot of customers coming in now because we're doing these YouTube videos. We're showing the level of work that we do. We're educating people as much as we can. And it was really cool to kind of see that grow. We started doing the vlogs where I was always kind of a shy, nervous, timid type of person when I was younger and introverted. And so I wanted to kind of break out of my shell, and I'm always about growth and becoming, just better for myself. And then that's kind of why I started doing full-time YouTube with the vlogs and everything. I just wanted to see how far or how uncomfortable I can get with it. And everything started to come together, and we started the second shop. We were outgrowing the first shop. The first shop was full. We were 5 months out and just losing a ton of money, leaving a ton of money on the table because we had a 4,000 square foot shop that, was full all the time. We had no parking. So that's when we kind of moved into Lombard. Okay, let's look for a next shop so we can, take advantage of all this work and all this demand that we have. And so that's when we moved we were looking for 10,000 square feet and ended up finding a shop that was 13,500 square feet and a little bigger than we wanted, but we said, fuck it, let's see what happens and hopefully we'll fill it up. And that's what we did. We built it out. We did it right. And that was our mentality. Like, if we're going to do this, let's just build it out. It was a space that we were leasing and we put a ton of money into it, but we had a longer lease, and it kind of hurt to put that money into it, but we knew that we wanted to do it right. And it worked. It did well. We went through there and ended up, I always like growth. I came into this and with big dreams of, I want to see how far I can take this. How I'm a person that always likes to stay busy and really like, how big can we make it? Why not find out? And it's hard for me to stop that thinking. So we were talking, me and my business partner, about, do we do a third shop? And at this point, we had two shops. We had, 40 employees. And it was tough. We went through all the same problems that most companies have with employees and finding the right ones. We went through a lot of shit, and we figured out how to do our systems and our standard operating procedures until we could and I felt like we figured it out. And we were talking, do we do a third shop? Do we do, what do we do? And we didn't really want to do a third shop. It wasn't in the cards. I don't know if I wanted to, hire another manager and deal with a bunch of, the same thing that we had going on. I just didn't feel it. So we decided to do the e-commerce thing. And that's actually kind of spawned with Alan from AM Details. We were talking back and forth, and I always watched his videos and respected what he did. And we were talking on the phone one day, and I'm like, where can I told him, I'm like, I've never even used your products, bro. I'm like, where can I buy them? He's like, well, you can't buy them there. He's like, you got to buy them from me and I can ship them out. I'm like, well, you want me to sell your products here? And he's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So it kind of started off like I was just going to sell the AM Detail products and bring them over and just start a site. And then I started the site and everything. I'm like, well, I might as well sell other stuff. So I started, building it, and I talked to CarPro and I talked to Technic, and I talked to a couple of different vendors, and I started getting all this product, and it literally started with 4 shelves. I started with 4 shelves in our shop. It was actually in the office, so I just filled them up with the product, and I started a Shopify site and researched as much as I could on e-commerce and what it was all about, and just started, and it just grew like everything else did. We started doing videos on products and building the site slowly, and it's been almost 3 years now, and it's been awesome. I love it, and we're building everything off. We think of our company right now as a media company. We're not a detailing company. We're not an e-commerce company. We're a media company that happens to detail and sell products. So that's kind of my mentality right now is doing as much as we can with whatever it is, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and just seeing where we can invest our time and add value to it. And that's why Detail Wise came about. We wanted to add value to detailers. We want to show what we did in our business to get where we're at, the mistakes we made and the successes that we've had. So we wanted to share that and build as much value. And it was just hand in hand with the YouTube videos, with the educational stuff, showing people how to detail, showing the level of work we had. So it was just kind of, and it's a little overwhelming now because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I have to say yes to everything in my mind, even if it's not somebody asking me. When you guys emailed me, I'm like, yes, I'm in. Pretty much do that with everything. That's how my brain works. And I'm just like, if I have an idea that pops up, the Miata, the project, kind of stemmed from Matt Moorman doing his project, but I've always wanted to do my own project. And I was like, yes, we should do that. And it's kind of gotten me in trouble a little bit, but
have you ever heard of the Detail Firm? They're in Southern California.
The Detail what?
The Detail Firm. They're in
No,
Southern California.
No.
They also have new products. They also have. I'm going to show you some of their stuff real quick.
Yeah.
Actually, so the exterior ladder, which is probably their best stuff. It's all their stuff is 100% recyclable.
Here's Mike the salesman. Here you go.
Put me on the big screen, Rick.
Gotcha.
All right. So they got their leather cleaner.
Oh, that looks awesome. I love that label. It looks like a wine bottle.
It's 100% recyclable. Super awesome stuff.
Okay,
they got the leather cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It actually comes in their 1 gallon jugs. Actually comes in a like a 1 gallon wine thing. They just come like that. So
like the box of wine.
You have to get hooked up.
A classy box of wine.
Yeah. Some of the wine comes in the box, got the little spigot, whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They also have that too. So the Detail Firm wants to get some of their products over for you guys to try.
Hell yeah. Love to
possibly get, so you guys can hook up. I'll send Brandon your information if that's okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's why I'm building the garage right now, because our motto at Car Supplies Warehouse is tested, proven, packed. Like I really want to. I enjoy testing products, and we want to share that as much as possible because there's so many goddamn products on the market, isn't there? So let's test them. Let's give you the
car
results.
Soap is freaking amazing. Their soap is amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this guy named Humberto. He's always first in Puerto Rico.
Yes, I know Humberto.
So he wants to know what is the most bizarre moment in the business?
There's probably a few bizarre moments. I was in, so I window tinted for a while. I taught, I actually went to window tint school, and when we started window tinting in Chicago Auto Pros, I built that department, and then we had a guy that I was training. But I remember window tinting a window, the back window, and I put the seats down so I had my feet in the trunk. And as I was cleaning the window and putting the tint in there, I felt this weird vibration going down on my leg. I was like, what the hell is going on down there? There was something.
PG. We're good.
I'll keep it PG. But anyways, I had to do some investigation, and there was some toys back there. One of them actually turned on, and I wasn't about to go try to turn it off, so I just left it.
There you go, Humberto. You asked for it. You got it.
But yeah,
the toys.
That was a weird one.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty funny.
Well, let's take a couple more questions, and then we'll wind things down here. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Oh, but before we do, I gotta say, you saw the labeling, right, on that Detail Firm bottle?
Yeah.
Brandon's packaging, unbelievable. It goes with the tattoo. I could see you've got a sleeve there. Goes with the beard. Goes with that sort of boutique-y feel, which I'm digging right now. That's my new vibe. I used to be more like whatever. Like, you got to check it out just for the packaging alone.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Everyone
agrees. Their exterior leather and their interior leather. If you had to try any of their products, those two you gotta try.
Yeah.
Nice.
You hear that, Brandon? I know Brandon's watching. He's watching right now.
He did behind the channel with you, right, Mike? At some
He's
point.
been on the channel before, yes.
That was before I was part of this, so I got to go back and
before
watch
you were
that.
part of the.
All right, we're taking some questions, you guys, for Jason. You're not going to get a legend like this. Look, there's only 18 people watching. Like, come on, you've got access to a guru. Well, the thousands watch it after, Mike. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they do. I do get a lot of people watching after. I do that.
People are out mowing their lawns right now. It's Sunday afternoon. But what do we got?
Yeah.
We got any more questions? Because okay. Loud and clear.
Johnny says Umberto's their manager.
I think there were some great questions as we were talking, but just check in here.
I like to know more about that service you offer every month. How did that start, or why did you start, or how did it start?
Detail wise?
Yes, detail wise.
Oh, detail wise, yeah. So detail wise, it's a monthly membership, and it was a way for us to kind of give back. So you get lots of different benefits. I'll just go through them. Detail wise, we have 330 members right now. So you get wholesale prices on Car Supplies Warehouse, and then you get free shipping. So I've done my research. I know what the wholesale discounts are on other websites, and I try to at least meet or beat most of the products, and then we added free shipping on it. So I know that it's probably the best deal that you're going to get as far as ordering products from. And then we have a lot of other benefits, including find a detailer map. So we get so many people asking through our YouTube channel, calling us, emailing us, where can I find somebody in my area? And it might be California, it might be Florida, it might be Texas, wherever it is. Like, where can I find somebody who can detail my car like you guys do? Because they see us on YouTube. And so we started this Find a Detailer map. So anybody who's on the monthly member program gets put on that map. And I've seen several guys reach out to me that they've gotten a lot of work from that map. So that's one of the benefits. The live Q&As each month, like I said, we get on there and talk to guys about their business and what's going on. We have a special Discord chat that guys can go on, which I'm not on as much as I should be, discussing things with everybody. And then you get 15% off of any in-person trainings. So we do Detail Wise Academy. So we do business training, we do paint protection film, window tint, coating, paint correction, and then basic interior and detailing training. Bless you. So we do those trainings, and you get 15% off of any of those in-person trainings if you're a part of the monthly membership. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some benefits, but we're trying to make it's $35 a month. So we're trying to make it as much value as possible for as little as possible. We're trying to make it a no-brainer for these guys. All the content, that's the big thing. You get all this content. Literally, we have teachable.com with probably, I think we have like 25 or 30 different videos right now of how we run our business. So we talk about how to hire employees, how to create standard operating procedures. We share our standard operating procedures. We share our tiered, I talked about earlier, like how we tier our departments. Like if you want to become a detailer.
Uh-oh. Somebody hit the wrong button. Wasn't me.
His phone must have had lost power. We'll have to kill some time here for a minute.
Mike, I can see your wheels are really turning here. Oh, he's
coming.
Back. Bring him in. Whew!
Oh, maybe he didn't pay his phone bill.
That was awkward. Mike and I had to talk to each other for a second.
He's like, just kidding. I'm back.
I don't know where I left off, but yeah, Detail Wise Pro, we're still adding different different value to it. I want to add as much as I can to it and share as much as I can. So,
got you. So Clifford, he's our big red dog. He wants to know, where do you see Chicago Auto Pros in the next 5 years?
Probably 2026.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a couple franchise stores. I say franchise like this. We're going to, we have a couple guys that are already kind of moving into that. So probably we'll have a few of those around, hopefully. And I don't know. I don't see it actually going much further. I want to concentrate on Detail Wise. I want to concentrate on the car supplies warehouse, stuff. So I don't know. I want to take it easy. I've been working too hard. My wife hates it that I work so hard. So I always had this goal of like, by the time I'm 40, I'm going to start slowing down. I told her that several years ago. I'm like, when I'm 40, she always asks me, she's like, when are you going to slow down? When are you going to stop? I'm like, never. But I said, when I'm 40, I'll try to slow down and not work as crazy hours. I'm drinking this wine. My wife is the wine buyer. So we get a case of wine each week. I'm not
Well,
a
we've got
mobile detailing. He wants to know is what's the best advice for advertising?
The best advice for advertising, make sure you fill out your Google My Business page. That's the number one thing. Most people are going to find you off the internet, so build your reputation on the internet and search engine optimization. Get your name and your website and the name of your business and your address on as many sites as possible. Forums are great for this. YouTube is great. Obviously, Google owns YouTube. YouTube has been our number one way to advertise our business. Probably 60 to 70% of our customers come in because of our YouTube channel. I know that everybody doesn't have the time to invest in a YouTube channel, but it really is. I think I would go as far to say is your business is probably going to struggle if you're not going to do any media, because somebody else in your area is probably going to be doing media and they're going to be the expert in your area. So get on YouTube, get on, even you can use your phone to record videos and become that expert for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. I like your way, man.
He wants to know, Jason, where'd you get your business model from? Experience, or did you look at other industries?
That's awesome. I think you should definitely look. I always have looked at other industries, what they're doing. I think it's a cool, our business model. Our business model is it's very influenced by my business partner, Greg. My business partner, Greg, is, he's one of my best friends. He's a very calm, very patient person. And I love him for everything that he's done, because I would not be in this position without him. I really would not. He has taught me so much about people, inspiration, motivation, and he is. So he like to think of it this way: I'm the tornado. I'm the bulldozer that's just plowing forward, and he's cleaning everything up for me. He's the organization. He's the people person. He's the numbers guy. And he has really helped me focus on things that I had no idea about, because I think there's so many people that come into this industry just like me, who maybe don't have the business experience. They have the technician, they like working with their hands, they like doing things, but they don't necessarily have the numbers and knowing your numbers and analyzing the things that really matter to a business, because we all love detailing. But if you don't know your numbers, you don't know what you're charging, you don't know the business side of it, it's very hard to continue. We want to all continue doing this because we love it, but you have to be able to make money doing it. You have to provide for your family. You have to have a house over your head, and that's important. That's a part of it.
Amazing. Well, Mike, let's. What's this question you put up here from All Season Detail? What's this one?
I don't know. I just pulled it from the chat. It says, tell us, our friends from Lima, Peru are going to be expecting from you. I know there's a lot of people exacted to see you on the 22nd of October.
What are you doing on the 26th of October? Go ahead.
We're going to Peru. So we're going to, there's several of us. I think there's 5 or 6 guys. Eric from G Technic is coordinating everything. We have Cody, David Patterson, Juan from the RAD Company. We're all going down to Peru, and I think we have like 20 or 24 people that we're doing a 2-day class for. So they're all going to be they're getting certified in ceramic coating, and we're going to be teaching some guys some detailing skills in Peru. I'm super excited.
It's crazy where the detail world has gone. This is wow, what an opportunity for all of you involved.
That's amazing.
I feel bad because I haven't been checking my mailbox, so I must have missed the invitation. So my bad. That's on me. You guys go without me.
Check your spam filter.
That's exactly
be in the spam box.
So also in the description, I see it there. There's a link to his website to where if you go buy some merch at the Car Guy Supplies Warehouse, there's a link there. If you click on that link and go to Car Guy Supplies Warehouse, buy some merch, it enters you into the Miata that Jason is supposedly going to finish in 15 days and give away. And there's also some bundles in there that he has piled up at the Car Guy Supplies Warehouse that you guys could purchase. And is there free shipping on most of your stuff, or is it pretty cheap on the shipping? Free shipping
I think there's free shipping over $75, I think.
Okay. That's not bad.
Mike doesn't pay for shipping. That's just
I'll go buy $75 worth of product and get the free shipping.
Well, that's what.
There you go.
Hey, I will not pay for shipping. If I have to pay for shipping, it should better be good.
He once paid for shipping, and he complains about it to me almost daily through text messages.
Oh my Lord! I had to send a shirt to Rick. The shipping was more than the shirt.
No,
you're paying for that shipping somehow or another. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to ask before we wrap things up. This is a very important question. So, in an arm wrestle, Jason, do you think I would win over Jared Toops?
Would you win? Yes, you would win.
That's what I keep telling him, but he says it's the other way around.
Absolutely.
He's been a long-time supporter of mine, and I know he worked for you briefly, right? You guys worked together for a while?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, listen, Mike, do your whole closing here, and then all
right.
I want to chat with Jason. Jason, hopefully you can stick around for a few minutes. And
so
we'll
next
have
Saturday, the 25th, Rick is going to be hosting. We're going to have Gian on next Saturday, so look for Rick to be posting that somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday. The following week after that, we're going to have System X, and then on the 9th of October, Pure Octane Garage, and I got plenty more, and we got PNS. I just got PNS confirmed for a date in November 15th.
Don't say that.
I want to make sure that I said that slow. PNS. Scheduled for November 13th. Top of the line mobile detailing. Got them on the 30th. Ulens, which I think I say that right. ULENS. ENS. Yeah. We got them for the 17th. I only have one weekend right now where I don't have nothing booked. But amazing. I can fill things up really easy. It just takes me. I can fill them up quick.
Yeah.
So, links in the description. Make sure you subscribe to Rick's, mine, Chicago Auto Pros, all their YouTube stuff. It helps us all grow. Believe me, it helps us a lot. Even though it doesn't do anything. Thumbs up, share. CarGuySuppliesWarehouse.com. If you get any questions, you can follow us all on Instagram, and we'll see you all next Saturday.
Stay rad, everyone. Thanks so much, Jason.